King Von's murder sent shockwaves through the rap world, but now, his sister is dropping bombshell claims that could turn the whole narrative upside down. In a viral rant, Kayla B alleges that Von never truly loved Asian Doll and was only with. She goes even further, suggesting that their fake relationship.
Told me he was using her for clout. He didn't really like her.
Did Kayla B find out the truth and set King Von up? That's the question making waves as her recent viral rant has fans rethinking everything about Von's final hours. Let's break down what she said and take a fresh look at the events leading up to that deadly night. It all went down in the early hours of November 6, 2020. King Von, born Davin Daquan Bennett, lost his life outside the Monaco Hookah Lounge in Atlanta. Around 4 a.m., Von and his crew ran into Quando Rondo's squad in the parking lot. Words were exchanged, tensions rose, and before long, fists were flying. Surveillance footage obtained by TMZ shows Von swinging first on someone from Quando's camp. According to them, Von came in hot, allegedly aggressive after finding Rondo and his people asleep in a car near the lounge. Things escalated fast from a fistfight to gunfire. Atlanta police confirmed that Von was shot during the initial exchange, before officers could intervene. Off-duty cops working security and a nearby patrol officer tried to control the chaos, with at least one officer reportedly firing a weapon in the process. By the end of the clash, 3 people were dead, including King Von, and 3 others were injured. Von's crew rushed him to the hospital, but despite their efforts, he died shortly after arrival. On November 7th, the day after the shooting, police arrested 22-year-old Timothy Leaks, aka Lil Tim, a known associate of Quando Rondo. He was charged with felony murder in connection to Von.
Out and you shoot 4 times.
Yeah, the gun jammed.
Oh, the gun jammed. Good. After the 4th shot?
Probably like 3rd shot.
When the cops picked him up, Lil Tim was actually in the hospital himself, recovering from a gunshot wound he caught during the shootout that took King Von's.
Getting shot twice?
Right.
Well, what parts of the body?
I get shot in my right hip bone, and I get shot on my in and out though.
According to the autopsy report, King Von was hit multiple times in the chest and abdomen, and those injuries ultimately took his life. But his death wasn't the end of the drama. It was just the beginning. The aftermath sparked major beefs, legal battles, and most notably, public chaos between his sister, Kayla B., and his ex-girlfriend, Asian Doll. Right after Von passed, Kayla dropped the first bombshell. A disturbing leak of Von's autopsy photos surfaced online, and Kayla didn't hold back. She hopped on Instagram and went off, accusing a worker at the Atlanta-based mortuary of leaking the images. In all caps, she wrote, "This the sick MF. That posted my brother's pictures. He work at the airport mortuary. We need him fired now." Fans were furious, and the incident highlighted the lack of respect even celebrities face after death. But Kayla wasn't done. Her second major reveal took direct aim at Asian Doll, calling her out for allegedly being broke and implying Von may have viewed her as a gold digger. This reignited speculation online, with some fans questioning if Asian Doll had any deeper involvement in the events that led to Von's.
You started messing with Von, girl. You was f***ed up, and he even told you was f***ed up. You ain't had no money for him. You was out here bad. You was in Atlanta down bad. Like, if don't nobody know, I know.
Who exactly is Kayla B, and why does her opinion on King Von's legacy matter so much? Kayla B, real name Kayla Bennett, is King Von's younger sister, and since his tragic death in 2020, she's taken it upon herself to act as the guardian of his legacy. She's become a vocal figure whenever Von's name is brought up, especially when it involves his relationships or public image. With over 565K Instagram followers, Kayla isn't just Von's sister, she's an influencer in her own right. She's worked with brands like Pretty Little Thing and Dior, runs her own fashion brand, True Fashion Boutique, and even dabbles in music, having recorded tracks with Von before his passing. Her 7-song project OSL shows she was active musically, though she hasn't dropped anything new in 2025, yet. Kayla's tension with Asian Doll seems rooted in her desire to control the narrative around Von's life, especially who he was really close to. Asian Doll, born December 7, 1996 in Dallas, made history as the first female rapper signed to Gucci Mane's 1017 Eskimo Records in 2017. Her aggressive, drill-inspired style made her a standout before she even met Von. Their relationship was intense, passionate, messy, and very public. They had musical chemistry too, with their pull-up video racking up over 2 million views, portraying them as a ride or die. But behind the scenes, things weren't always so smooth. Their romance was marred by coupley constant breakups, cheating rumors, and the pressures that came with Von's street life. Asian Doll later admitted their love was real but difficult, saying, "I had the rawest and most genuine relationship with Von," while also calling out the distractions from thirsty females, always in the mix. By 2021, she had 5 tattoos, dedicated to Von, including his name and a full portrait, which only fueled fans' belief in the authenticity of their bond. But despite the tattoos and tributes, Kayla B never seemed to buy into it, often clashing with Asian Doll online and throwing shade that hinted she believed the relationship wasn't what it seemed. To really understand the drama between Kayla and Asian Doll, you have to see it for what it is. 2 women grieving in different ways, both trying to protect the memory of someone they loved, just not seeing eye to eye on what that love really looked like.
Oh, me. For real.
Welcome, it's going down. Yeah, one life to live on this man.
Look, boy.
Then things took a turn. Von reportedly joked that Asian Doll would kill him if she ever found out certain things he was doing. By October 2020, just weeks before his death, rumors swirled that Von and Asian Doll had broken up again. Asian Doll later confirmed they weren't officially together at the time he passed, although they were still talking. That timeline so close to his murder has fueled ongoing speculation about whether their breakup had anything to do with what went down. Fast forward to March 2025, and the drama reignited when Kayla B hopped on Instagram Live and made some bold claims about Von's relationship with Asian Doll. This live stream is what likely sparked those clickbait headlines about shocking new details related to Von's death. But in reality, what Kayla said wasn't about how he died. It was more about the nature of his relationship with Asian Doll. On March 5th, 2025, Kayla said straight up that Von's relationship with Asian Doll wasn't real, claiming he only rocked with her for clout. She doubled down by saying, "Chicago. Dudes use women for all they're worth," suggesting Von's relationship with Asian was all about image, not love. The comments blew up fast, reigniting debates about Von's personal life and legacy.
So my first time even knowing about this musty young lady is when my brother even told me. And this is what his exact words he told me. He was using her for clout. He didn't really like her. He was gonna play along, until he take off with his music. And anybody that know a Chicago guy, that's what they do. Maybe a Chicago man will use you until you must dry.
Even though they had split up, Asian Doll was visibly heartbroken after Von passed. She tweeted, "I'll never be the same. I just hope you visit me in all my dreams. Von, I'm gone and my heart is gone. I'm just an empty soul in a human body." That public expression of grief would later become the fuel for an intense back and forth between her and Kayla, B. Von's sister, which kept his name trending long after his death. The drama really exploded when Kayla B went public and called Asian Doll out, saying, "Ain't no Queen Von," and accusing her of lying about being with Von when he was killed. Asian Doll, who had recently revealed she was expecting, clapped back hard. She took to Twitter and stood firm, saying she had the rawest, longest, and most genuine relationship with Von, and reminded everyone how she held him down before he blew up. But the man both women were defending wasn't just any rapper. The King Von the world saw in music videos and interviews wasn't the full story. Behind the fame, Von was known as a cold, strategic figure with bodies rumored under his name. His death wasn't just a personal tragedy. It sent shockwaves through the rap world and escalated already dangerous beefs. What many fans didn't know is that the fight outside Monaco Hookah Lounge that led to Von's death wasn't random. It was the climax of a deep-rooted conflict that had been simmering for years. Between Von and Quando Rondo, sure, but more broadly, between Von's Only the Family Camp and NBA YoungBoy's Never Broke Again crew. This beef had layers. Gang. Affiliations played a big role. Von was allegedly tied to the Black Disciples, BD, while NBA's circle had connections with rival sets. Then there was the long-running feud between Lil Durk, Von's closest ally, and NBA YoungBoy. What started as music competition in 2017 quickly turned into a full-on street rivalry. Vaughn, as Dirk's loyal right hand, naturally got caught in the middle. And then came the most personal element of all: women. Word on the street was Vaughn had dealings with one of Youngboy's exes, which only added gasoline to an already blazing fire. So by the time Vaughn ran into Quando Rondo's crew that night in Atlanta, it wasn't just a fight. It was the boiling point of years of animosity, politics, and personal betrayal.